Hi, welcome back. So what is the most important thing in your life? So half of my life I spent it in North America, half of my life I spent it in Asia. So sometimes my Asian accents just come out randomly like that. What is the most important thing in your life right now? But anyways, all jokes aside, I want to ask you, what is the most important thing in your life right now? I'm turning 30 very soon, and looking around in my age group of 20s and 30s, we spend and we invest a lot of time on ourselves. We reflect a lot about our life path and the choices we make for our career and our passion and our dream. That is all important stuff, and it's actually the prime time to focus on it. Is that what the most important thing is in our life? So today, we're going to be talking about that, and I hope you enjoy this video. We don't want to say, yes, success is the most important thing in our life. Not a lot of us say that, but if we look at the way how we invest our time, it shows that. And the media and the YouTube world always portrays as if that is the main priority in your life. However, if we really think about, is that the most important thing in life? I think we need to doubt that mindset a little bit. Whenever I see successful people around us, they think a little differently. For example, Peter Mckinnon, a known YouTuber and content creator, I know he hates that word, but it is what it is. One of the most successful guy on the YouTube platform came to my office because he borrowed that Quasar Science light and to return it. And when he was here, I gave him the whole studio tour. In his vlog, it was just a short segment, but he was here for quite a while. And when we were drinking coffee here, we talked about camera, we talked about EDC. But other than that, when I asked him the question, how do you balance filmmaking and family, your personal life? And that's when his YouTube Peter Mckinnon mode turned off. His father and husband side just came up, and I've never seen him like that in front of the camera. And then he gave me quite a lot of detail of how he balances filmmaking and his YouTube career and the life of a husband and a father, and how to balance things out. What does he do to get home and spend time with his kids? And so in the end, he didn't say word for word, but he was kind of saying YouTube and filmmaking isn't always, your dreams and passion isn't always the priority in life. Your desire and your passion could be the most important thing in a certain time or phase in your life, but it's not the ultimate thing. So I thought to myself, who is successful and wealthy around my life? And I realized my ex-boss, Garry Shapiro, is one of the people who is very successful and wealthy. Because I used to work in a law firm in the residential and commercial law, and he was very humble. There was something about him that was just so down to earth. And he would never flex on his wealth, or he would never be driving in a super expensive car. He always cared about people and his employees, and I just thought maybe I should just visit him and interview him. So that's what I'm gonna show you right now. And yeah, let's hear from Garry and see what he has to say about success.
Toast. I'm tired.
Are you gonna retire one day?
No. My name's Garry Shapiro. I'm a lawyer. I've been a lawyer for 40 years, which is not the most important part of who I am. I don't want to define myself as being a lawyer. I'm much more than that. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a brother. I'm originally from Montreal. Coming to Toronto was an adjustment in many respects. Probably one of the finest cities to live in. And what I love most about it are its people, how diverse we are. That's one of the most beautiful things that this city has to offer, is the diversity of its people. Life is the journey in of itself. The challenges, life's ups and downs, sadness, the excitement, sharing the experiences of being a father, for example. I was married young. My wife and I at the time, we had four boys. Years passed, and unfortunately she was diagnosed with cancer, which she battled for 8 years. And she passed away when she was 49. Resulted in a very difficult time in my life. The explanation I've come up with, I imagine to satisfy myself, is my puzzle piece analogy. That we're all different sizes and shapes and colors, but somehow we start fitting together and we don't know life, the overall picture. But everything that happens fits in for a purpose. I look back and it's so almost logical how the pieces of a puzzle can fit together to see where I started and where I am today, and I still have. My journey isn't over. Just haven't put those puzzle pieces together yet. So from a professional perspective, here my late wife had passed away. I was with a large firm, raising 4 children. And that's a monumental experience, like just the challenge, the lunches, the dinners, the planning, school, all the facets of life. At that point, I decided to set up my own office, my own firm. And today that has evolved into what I would say a fairly successful practice. But that wouldn't have happened if not for being in a position where my wife had passed away. I've been told often by people, clients, family members, that how successful I am. It was never about the money as being number one. For me, it was creating something that had meaning to it, value to it, not in monetary terms, but in helping people. That's the pleasure that I derived, was being there and being able to make a difference in someone's life, whether it was a problem in their life, whether it be business or real estate, buying or selling a home, but some aspect of their life involving the law, good or bad, I was able to play a small part in assisting them. And that meant something to me. To me, success is not just money. It's the balance in your life too, like relationships. My children, my wife, they're as important to me. I don't define myself as being a lawyer. That's just one facet of my life, one hat I wear. In fact, I would rather someone say to me that I'm so successful as a husband, that I have such a beautiful marriage. That would give me a lot more pleasure than hearing that I'm a very good lawyer. I value the personal relationships. I define for me is not the money. Money's not number one. I said that before. But for me, number one are relationships with my wife, my children, my friends, people around me. And that's how I define success.
So one of the favorite things that Garry taught me during this interview was that all the puzzle pieces will come together as you go through your life. It kind of got me thinking to take it easy and slow down a little We tend to think if we focus on our family and our friends and our communities that we belong in, it would draw us back, just like the Disney movies. Look at any Disney movie. It's teaching us that there's one character who lives in this community with, a family or a house or a village or a castle or a country. And these communities are holding them back from achieving their dreams and their passion and their power. So the main character always has this inner conflict, and then they decide to leave the community or reject the communal self-identity, and then they pursue after their dream and their passion and their power. And then along the way, there are enemies and difficulties, but then when they overcome that, everybody sees how great a person as an individual person you are, and they all clap for your achievement. Like, you did it, you saved the day, you saved the world, we see who you are now truly. And that's like all Disney movie, right? Because that's how we understand success. That success is about knowing and owning and achieving your dreams and passions and your power. I'm gonna show you guys something, so just hold on a second. Okay, so this is my old camera bag, and when you open this up, there is 400D by Canon, and some of you guys might think, what the heck is 400D? That's what they call it in Asia, and in North America, it's well known as Rebel T series camera. So I used to do a lot of photography and videography with these, and then later I moved on to EOS 40D. Did a lot of photography with these ones too, and then basically for about 10 years, I've been making, videos as a hobby because it was my passion. But never once I thought I would make a career out of this. So for about 10 to 12 years of people around me who've seen me running around with this small camera, making longboard videos and wedding videos and corporate videos and onto the set, making commercials, music videos, and doing client work with my production company, a lot of people think I am successful in what I do. But that really got me thinking, reflecting about what is success and what does it mean to be successful? Is it to just own like an office and lighting equipment and video equipment and audio equipment, and is this it? The more you focus so much on your dreams and passion, people around you have to sacrifice for that. That's the reality. And in life, there's gonna be tragedy, there's gonna be suffering, there's gonna be difficulties and obstacles. And if you are so focused in your dream and your passion and your career so much that you neglect the people around you, you are going to be alone. And that's a wrong way to live, I think. It's a prime time to focus on your career in your 20s and 30s, but it is also a prime time to find the right people, to invest time with the family, to work things out with mom and dad, and your sisters and brothers, and friends around you. It's one of the most important things in life to have good people around you, and also to be a good person to the people around you. So love when you can. And I think that's what it means to be successful, rather than just making tons of money and getting fame and, getting your name out there. I think that's it for me today. So thank you so much for staying all the way to this point in the video. If you could support me by liking this and subscribing to my channel, they'll be utterly grateful. And I guess I'll see you in the next one.